Army Recognition presents you this week. The Royal Navy has launched its Astute-class submarine HMS Anson. The French Navy has received its FREMM Alsace frigate from Naval Group. The Spanish Navy has proceeded to the launching ceremony of its S-81 Isaac Peral submarine. Israel Aerospace Industries successfully completes trials of its Barak Extended Range missile system. PT-76 amphibious tanks are still largely operated by the Vietnamese Army. The Unmanned Surveillance Vehicle is set for full-scale development in South Korea. The Sikorsky S-97 Raider helicopter performed first flight demonstration for US Army officials. The Airbus A400M Atlas is conducting the certification campaign for helicopter refueling, and Morocco has purchased 13 Bayraktar TB2A unmanned combat air vehicles from Turkey.
The news that mainly drew your attention on NavyRecognition.com are these. HMS Anson, the fifth of 7 Astute-class attack submarines being built for the Royal Navy, has been launched at BAE Systems site in Bayraktar, Cumbria. The 7,400-ton nuclear-powered submarine, officially named at a ceremony in December, emerged from the Devonshire Dockhall and entered the water for the first time earlier. The Astute-class is the last class of nuclear-powered fleet submarines in service with the Royal Navy. The class sets a new standard for the Royal Navy in terms of weapons loads, communication facilities and stealth. The Astute-class boats are the largest and most advanced attack submarines ever built for the Royal Navy. Measuring 97 meters in length, the boats can circumnavigate the globe submerged, producing their own oxygen and drinking water. Equipped with world-leading sensors, the Astute-class carry both Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles and Spearfish heavyweight torpedoes. Naval Group delivered the FREMM Alsace at the French Navy during a ceremony with the French Minister of Armed Forces, Florence Parly. FREMM Alsace D656 is the first of the 2 air defense frigates of the FREMM program. It also incorporates several capability upgrades in response to rapidly changing technologies. Alsace will be based in Toulon, where the teams of the Services Department will deploy all their industrial resources and skills to ensure the operational availability of this ship. She is an Aquitaine-class frigate of the French Navy, developed through the FREMM multipurpose frigate program. She is the first of 2 air defense variants of the class known as FREMM DA in the program. The FREMM DA uses the most advanced weapon system and equipment, such as the Heracles multifunction radar, the Aster 15 and 30 and Exocet MM40 missiles, and the MU-90 torpedoes. Spanish shipyard Navantia launched the new S-81 Isaac Peral in Cartagena, Spain. The S-81 is the first submarine of S-80 class designed and built for the Spanish Navy by Navantia. The S-80, also called Isaac Peral class, has an overall length of 80.8 meters, a diameter of 7.3 meters, and a submerged displacement of around 3,000 tons. The submarine will be able to reach a surface speed of 12 knots and 19 knots in submerged conditions. The submarine has a crew of 32 sailors. She is armed with 6 by 533 mm torpedo tubes and will carry 6 torpedo launchers.
The news that mainly drew your attention on ArmyRecognition.com are these. Israel Aerospace Industries has successfully completed a series of trials of its Barak Extended Range air defense system. The Barak ER interceptor is part of the Barak MX system, an advanced air and missile defense system that provides a single integrated solution for multiple simultaneous aerial threats from different sources and different ranges. The Barak ER combines the ability to intercept airborne threats at an extended range of 150 kilometers and ballistic targets. The missile has vertical launch capabilities supporting 360 degrees coverage, quick reactions, short variable ranges, and an active, high-end radio frequency seeker for targets with low radar cross-sections and high maneuverability. The extended range capability is made possible in part by adjusting the interceptor MMR radar capabilities to a 150 km range and can be fitted for both naval and land platforms. The Barak ER revolutionizes air defense and unprecedented flexibility, both in real-time, full net-centric combat management, as well as with unique smart launchers. The launchers are capable of independently launch and manage any mix of interceptors without a dedicated command post on site. The sophisticated pattern management system optimizes the interceptors to match threats in real time. Vietnam has just made improvements to its PT-76 amphibious tanks, engine, turret, etc., to extend the service life of its Soviet-era vehicle. As Army Recognition reported on 3rd of March, amphibious tests had already been carried on. The PT-76 is a Soviet-era amphibious light tank that was introduced in the early 1950s and soon became the standard reconnaissance tank of the Soviet Army and the other Warsaw Pact armed forces. It was widely exported to other friendly states like India, Iraq, Syria, North Korea, and North Vietnam. Overall, some 25 countries came to use the PT-76. The tank's full name is Floating Tank 76. 76 stands for the caliber of the main armament, the 76.2mm rifle tank gun. Currently, in the world, more than 10 countries are reportedly still using PT-76s, Vietnam being the most important with a total of more than 300 units. Interestingly, the Vietnamese Army also keeps using American M113 APCs in ACAV version, Armored Cavalry Assault Vehicle, that the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment Black Horse first operated from 1966 during the Vietnam War. South Korea's Defense Procurement Agency announced on the 22nd of April that the exploratory development of an unmanned surveillance ground vehicle has been completed successfully. Hanwha Defense is responsible for developing the unmanned wheeled vehicle and integrating communication and surveillance systems into the 6x6 platform. Powered by hybrid power systems, the USV is to work either by remote control or autonomously. The vehicle is armed with a machine gun mounted on a remote control weapon station developed by Hanwha Defense. The platform can be reconfigured conveniently for other missions with the installation of different equipment like a detection device and drone for communications relay.
The news that mainly drew your attention on airrecognition.com are these.
The Sikorsky S-97 Raider helicopter flew 2 demonstrations before US Army officials and soldiers at Redstone Arsenal in Alabama. The events offered a glimpse at Sikorsky's bid for the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft program, part of the US Army's future vertical lift effort to revolutionize its aircraft fleet. The S-97 Raider is the only representative FARA aircraft flying for now and provides risk reduction for the Sikorsky FARA concept Raider X, a fast, agile, survivable compound coaxial helicopter that will allow future aviators to address evolving peer and near-peer threats in the most difficult environments. The Airbus A400M airlifter has successfully conducted a major helicopter air-to-air refueling certification campaign, completing the majority of its development and certification objectives. Airbus Defence and Space aims to achieve full helicopter air-to-air refueling certification later this year, with the conclusion of all mandatory night operation trials. The flight tests involved operations with 2 French Air Force H225M helicopters. The campaign took place in days and night conditions over France at between 1,000 and 10,000 feet and flight speeds as low as 105 knots. During those flights, a total of 81 wet contacts and transfer of 6.5 tons of fuel were achieved, which included simultaneous refueling of 2 helicopters for the first time. The tests confirmed the positive results of the dry and wet contact operations conducted in 2019 and 2020. Helicopter air-to-air refueling is a unique military capability and key for special forces operations.
involving aircraft with different flight profiles and sharing a very limited common flight envelope, requiring close formation flying patterns at low altitudes and nighttime conditions. With the capability, the A400M becomes one of the few tanker aircraft in the world capable of such operations. The multipurpose H225M is one of the few helicopters in the world capable of in-flight refueling, extending the standard 700 nm range by up to 10 hours flight time. Morocco's Royal Armed Forces signed an acquisition contract of 13 Bayraktar TB2 unmanned combat aerial vehicles and related equipments with Turkey for a total price estimated around $65 million. The Bayraktar TB2 is a Turkish medium-altitude long-endurance unmanned combat aerial vehicle capable of remotely controlled or autonomous flight operation. It is manufactured by Turkey's Bayraktar company, primarily for the Turkish Air Force. Bayraktar TB2 is capable of conducting intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance and armed attack missions. The supply of the combat drones is scheduled to begin within a year.